guys? Today we're going to be doing the fuel line that goes to the surge tank. So I got all my 90-degree fittings, my bulkhead fittings and nuts, and then I have straight fittings that come out of the bulkhead, and I have 10 foot of 6AN braided Russell line, and then Vibrant and Russell fittings. We're going to also be doing the Radium M3 fuel pump upgrade with a Walbro 255. So it's got the sleeve to adapt it to the factory size basically, and it includes the wiring kit and everything that you need and all the clamps to go to the factory system. So we're going to do all this. I'll show you how to do a little bit of this. It'd be hard to see in here. Basically have the surge tank mounted right there. The lines are going to come in from here, go down to a hole in the floor right around there, and then underneath the car they're going to come out right above the upper control arm, and then the lines are going to go into the factory fuel system lines, and then basically we're going to reroute this so it's going to go into the adapter here, and this is the M3 fuel pump hanger assembly. So this is the factory line that's capped off on the other end. It's just kind of a pain to get out of there. So basically we're going to redo this. So it's going to go factory in tank pump to the surge tank, and then the surge tank is going to go out into basically this, which is going to go to the fuel rail. But before it does that, it's going to have to go into the bulkhead fitting, and then it's going to go through the body up to the fuel pressure regulator, out of the fuel pressure regulator into the fuel rail, and then the returned fuel is going to go back into the surge tank, and then any overflow from the surge tank is going to go back into the factory BMW saddle tank, and then that'll be like the complete fuel system. Alright, so the trick with doing these AN fittings, even if it's metal braided or even just this like nylon or whatever it is, you're gonna want to cut it, do a clean cut, not like this one. This is just like the factory edge. You want to have a clean cut, and then you're gonna thread in this. It's counterclockwise, so you want to make sure that there's no fraying here, because otherwise it's gonna be a really hard time pushing this on. So you just keep threading it in until the bottom is bottomed out. You're not gonna really be able to see it, I don't think. And then you're gonna want to put some like assembly lube or just like a little bit of oil on this fitting, because this is gonna go inside the inside of the tube, and then you're going to thread it in. There's a gap that it specifies on the instructions of how far in is how far you need to go. So there's basically a gap between this surface and that surface that you need to get to achieve the full seal. So I'm going to go and measure the lines, cut these with a razor blade. Since they're not braided metal, I can do that. The other lines I cut before, it was last year, same deal. You just cut them with like a cutoff wheel or something, just to make sure it's a clean cut, and then go from there. Alright, so I usually just use regular engine oil. Flip it upside down so you get a little bit in the cap. Just go in there with your finger, grab some, put it on here. That way the threads are lubricated as well as the actual end. And then you're going to grab your hose, push this in. You'll feel the threads engage. And then you're going to want to grab either a set of AN pliers or either tape up normal pliers, and you're going to want to tighten this all the way down. You can see it's completely tight there. There's not any gap, and that's how you know it's completely sealed. Well, we got this little plate made here. So what that's going to do is, I gotta paint it yet, but basically that's going to be the sandwich plate between the body. It's actually going to go this way. I'm going to put the jam nut right here. This is going to go up into the surge tank, so it's going to be roughly this far apart in the car. So it's going to go up from that into there for all four of those lines. That way there's no lines going through the like inside of the car where I'm going to be at. So I'll lay this in there, get all my line lengths, start cutting them, I'll take this off and paint it later just so it doesn't rust and looks a little better. So we'll start cutting lines. Alright, so it's all connected now. I have it mounted through the rear like seat portion. Going down underneath's all good. I had to change some of the layout. The front is just a plate right there. That matches the bolt pattern on the Radium mount, and everything's wired in.